whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Anei erere nei ngā mihi o te wairunga i ngā hau koeo o matariki tēnei te mātahi o te tau. Ko ara ki runga anei rā tātou e whakakihiri nei o tātou whakaaro ki ngā tūmanako, ki ngā manako, ki ngā hiehie, ki ngā pīrangi. A ngā marama kei te tūmai e te iwi e tēnā rā tātou katoa. Aia! Can you feel it? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Tēnā rā tātou e te iwi nau mai hoki mai anei ki te punua pāho o Taringa e whakapāho atu nei i te pokapū o Taringa. Happy to be back at te pokapū. Kiko nei ki te wānanga o te aroa, ki a Pakura. Anei tāo e noho nei te puaheiri, engari, ko Erika kei te noho māwiwi i te kāinga. Nō reira, ngā manaakitanga ki a koe Erika, kia piki te kaha me te ora ki a koe e ko.
Mōrena. Aha ko te māwiwi, ka mahi tonu a hau. How could I not spend time with you two cool people?
Oh, you're cool. We've spent some cool, we've been in some cool spaces lately.
Yeah.
I te papa tātou, mo matariki.
Yeah, that was pretty up there.
Yeah, and then just the other day, te hui nui whakaharahara te reka mauroa, I tū ki konei ki tau muti.
That was so cool too, to see all of your guys tauira.
That was really cool.
That was cool.
And it's cool that we're back in studio.
Aye. Yeah, so we've been in a lot of cool spaces in the last few weeks.
Spaces. Different type of
Spaces with faces. In places.
And yeah, I just feel that te ao Māori and te ao in general is just vibing at the moment.
Ai, e hareru ana kei irirangi ke atu.
Tika.
Kei taumata ke atu te
Koina.
Te irirangi o te iwi.
Ana.
Yeah.
And, going on the pakakōrero tātou mo te mātahi o te tau. And our aspirations to hiwa. So what are some of your guys' goals for this coming year?
Oh, some of my goals this year. Actually, I keep them to myself. I've said this before.
Okay.
Yeah, kia chakina aku tumanako aku wawata.
Is this so nobody holds you accountable? Or
Well,
why? I want to know why.
Okay, whenever I've planted my seed of aspiration,
Right.
when I've taken care of it and I've nurtured it like a fire, it grows and inflames and engulfs my aspirations. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's a psych to it anyway, but when I talk about my goals, I get the mihi or the acknowledgement of the goal, so it sort of burns out. It's like a fire. If you give it too much air, it goes out. Yeah. Ever since turning my focus to hiwa for my New Year's goals, it's become, I don't know, ka ngoto, ka titi, ko titia ki te ngākau. It's become better than new Tauhou Pākehā goals, because,
Ka pai.
Beautiful.
Nice. Pewhia koe, Erika?
To be honest, I really haven't thought about it yet. Just going to keep trying to be a better version of myself.
Every day. Well, you know what? You were busy during that time.
Oh, we all were busy.
I think about the hautapu and, ka tukuna ngā karakia kia hiwa I te rangi.
Oh, I was just trying to get a good photo of Rangi and Jacinda doing their part.
Yeah. So, perhaps you needed your own time, your own whakaritenga.
That was all I could think about during the actual hautapu was, I've got to get this photo. Photo.
Well, actually, I can talk about my past two aspirations because they've come into fruition. My first one was healing, like whānau healing, and that came to fruition. Like, it set a trajectory in the journey of our life. And then the second, I asked for a son. And i tohua mai e te taea. I can talk about those last two ones,
That's so cool. I don't know, I do set goals, but at the end of the day, I just always have this knowing or this faith that in whatever I'm going to do, it's always going to work out for me.
Cool.
I don't know, does that make sense to you? Like,
it does.
Obviously, we'll have hard times now and then, but at the end of the day, everything is always going to work out for me. And I believe it.
The good times, the bad times. Kia ora.
Pai.
Ahua rite kia koe, hey, there's some that I share, and then there's others that I don't. Because he pēnā hoki oku whakaaro. Ko etai he mea muri hara I te mea me whāki rawa, me mohi rawa te katoa. And to make it a habit, having aspirations, so I've shared before on Taringa, and it was no chei te whakaaro I te wā o te lockdown tuatahi, and te koko muka was born. And he shared how his whānau, once a week, they share their goals as a whānau around the table.
Kia ora.
So we do that, I te kāinga, and whoever's at home on a Monday for dinner, so that's our night that we do it.
Kia ora.
You share your goals, or what you're grateful for. Can be one or whatever.
Kia ora.
Who you've helped. Your goals, where you are from, the goals you set the week before, and any new goals.
Pai.
Yeah, so for me, I think ko tētai mea nui ki a tātou is just to make it a habit instead of don't leave it for te mātahi o te tau or the New Year's. Hey, so, bueno, ka nui tēnā, kia huri tātou ki tā tātou kiwaha.
Kia ora.
So, anei te kiwaha, I'm gonna give it to you guys and see if you get it. And ko tēnei kiwaha, taku ai mari I rongo au I a tīmoti, tā tīmoti rawa ko turuhira e kōrero ana. No tūhoi tēnei kiwaha. And I knew of the kiwaha, but I actually hadn't heard it being used. So anyway, I'm going to give you an example. E hei, e mea ana koe ka haere koe ki te whare whakapakari tīnana, kia rite te nui o maihara, o uaua ki o mataia, e weta.
E weta.
E weta. So...
It's either teka or...
Meka.
Or meka.
No.
He meka. It's either he teka or e kore. No hea koe pēra. Or...
Yeah. Tino korera wātu.
Tino korera wātu.
Yeah, that's what e weta means, not on your life.
Oh, kia ora.
Yeah.
So he goes to the gym all the time.
I said to him, are you saying you're going to go to the gym and you're going to get muscles as big as Mataia or whatever? E weta. Te koera tērā kiwaha. E weta.
Ka pai.
Not on your life.
Yeah, not on your life.
And just the note, gym is the name of a cafe I go to every morning. Nah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Pai, e weta.
Yeah.
So koina te whakamahinga.
E weta.
Yeah.
E weta, he whakautu I tētahi whakatau a tētahi.
Yep.
Kia ora.
Yeah, and you can put it at the end of a sentence like that. E haere ana koe te ki te ruku kai moana. And you know, the sea might be rough, Erika. E tūpuhi, e hi ngaru ana te moana. And I'm like, e haere ana koe te ki te I they go, kei taere mate ki te ruku kai moana. Ka mea te, e haere ana koe te ki te ruku kai moana. E weta.
E weta. Ka pai.
Whatever, it's not going to happen. Yeah.
No way.
So koera tērā kiwaha, you fellas want to have a tutu with a rerenga?
What's another one? Hea tētahi anō, Erika?
Oh, you're looking at me for an example. Oh, e weta.
Pai tērā.
Well, hey, look, I'm going to read another one, and I've just jumped on Te Aka,
Kia ora.
and it's on Te Aka.
Really?
But as I said, you know, I learnt this kiwaha by reading it, but I hadn't heard it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't comfortable to use it.
Kia ora.
And, you know, I te noho mātou I te rūma, tō mātou mō tērā, it was Tātere's room, and Timoti and Turuhiri were on the table having conversations between them. And there was about 6 of us in the room. And we just listened to them.
Oh, man, I bet.
And Timoti, he was lapping it up. Tuatahi, wow, e kōrero Māori, tuarua no nā no tērā. Hey, he uri rāwa ko turuhira. So they were using kiwaha that are familiar, they just naturally came out.
Aye.
And I puta tērā kiwaha nei, tērā wā hina tore ake nei. Te kiwaha ki ai. I went, I got it.
I got it,
Because I heard the intonation, te whakamahinga era mea katoa.
I tana horopaki Māori, ne.
Which is what we create here on Taringa for you. It's only a window though, ne? But anei tētai rerenga, māku tāo e maua tiki te tauranga hi ika. Rangi, tō weta e tā. Ka hia taima e pakuru ana te mihine o tō waka. Okay, so pare, I'll take us both to the fishing ground. Rangi, no way, my friend. How many times has the engine of your boat broken down? So that's another manipulation of the kiwaha. Tō weta e tā. Tō weta hoki.
Tō weta.
Yeah, tō weta.
Tō weta e tā.
Yeah.
Tō weta hoki.
Tō weta.
So I think could use it as a standalone kiwaha. E weta, tō weta. Engari, a rāno ki au e reka ake ai te kōrero me noho mai te huku o tētahi kōrero.
Ai.
Yeah,
okay.
e roto i te horopaki.
Ai.
So, koina te kōrero e karema e weta.
E weta.
O weta.
E weta.
And it is weta, it's not weta. Hoi anō, kia huri tātou ki tā tātou kaupapa. Tikanga 101 e te iwi, tikanga for dummies.
For dummies.
You're not dummies, okay, but you know what I mean.
But I said dummies. But we don't mean
I was
dummies.
going off those books, you know.
Yeah,
those line of books that came up.
So, kei, what the hena
Continuing
ka...
for-
Maybe, okay,
dummies.
remember te, I'm going to stop
Me-
saying that, because
kei-
it's not.
yeah.
It's e kino.
Kei
Okay.
tote mai te iwi.
Tika, kei tote.
Kei tote.
Kei tote, ne?
I love
Tikanga
that one.
101.
Salty.
So, ko te kaupapa o tēnei Tikanga 101 is te tuku mana, te whakamana rānei i tētehi.
Yep.
And this kaupapa came about when I attended the tangihanga of the late Anaru Tamihana Thompson. And for those of you that don't know, Anaru te awa i taea Tamihana,
Ai.
who is a descendant of Wiremutara Pipipi Tamihana, who is known as the Kingmaker.
Ai.
Although there is some deliberation around that title, engari ka waiho tērā ki te taha. And the title that their whānau holds, or that office, is the tumuaki. The tumuaki o te kingitanga. And the role of the tumuaki is to be a tuara for the ariki, or king or queen, to be a face sometimes for the kingitanga in the absence of the ariki, or the kingi or queenie, and to be, and also on the death of an ariki, kingi, queenie, is to upraise or whakawahi i te ariki tohu. And ariki tohu is a word I heard during the tangihanga of te Taringa kāhu. And there were some interesting discussions anyway that came out i runga i te marae i tōna uhunga, nā taku matua, nā sanikare, nā te kōrero, when the previous, so before Anaru was Korowiripoe, Bill Thompson.
Ai.
Oh.
He was the tumuaki.
Tōna papa.
Ai, he pāpā nōna. E harai tana pāpā ake.
Ai, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
he
engari no te
nōna.
whare, no te whare o tarapipipi.
Ai.
Okay.
Yep. Now, there was a bit of a ceremony for Anaru when, at the passing of Wiripoi, that happened, if my memory serves me well, during the night.
Oh.
And the person that officiated in that ceremony was Tumu Te Heuheu.
Oh.
Kia ora.
Now, Tumu Te
I just got chills.
So Tumu Te Heuheu is the ariki of Ngāti Tūwharetoa.
Yep.
And traditionally, historically, symbolically, the house of Te Heuheu has also held a role in the kingitanga.
Ai.
In the setting up of the king,
Pukawa.
yes, Pukawa, and also in other areas. So from what I know and what I remember, that Te Heuheu, if Te Whare o Pōtatau wanted to convene a meeting, a hui of some sort, it would be through the house of Te
To
Heuheu.
the house, ai, kia ora.
So Te Heuheu would put this hui on. So anyway, it was Tumu that by just laying his hands on Anaru, I think it was the night before they interred Wiripoi, that was a symbol of who was going to be the tumuaki. And everybody there came and did the same. Whereas at the uhunga, Ngāti Tūwharetoa, for whatever reason, and the ariki tumu, ariki tātumu, they didn't come until the last day, which was very strange. But they did articulate in the whai kōrero as to why they came on the last day. Anyway, so while I was sitting there, I was thinking, this would be a good kaupapa
Ai,
kōrero
tika.
for Taringa, for us on Taringa. Now, whether you're take the kaupapa kingitanga away, ko tēnei āhuatanga te tuku mana, te whakamana rānei i tētehi, is something that our tūpuna practice.
Ai, Māori ake nei, tēnei mai.
There were ways in which our tūpuna showed who was going to be ariki, ne, of the iwi, ne, or who would hold a particular office, or who would carry on the work
Yeah.
of the predecessor. Yeah. And e whakaaro anau ki etahi o ngā mahi tohunga. Now, pei te huri nui was one. Again,
Nā wai i ako. Mahara koe ka...
Nā te huri nui tonu.
Te huri nui, ai.
Yeah, nā tētahi o ana koraua, actually, hold that, I could be wrong. Engari, nā tētahi o ana koraua. But the story goes is he was taken to this koraua. They were in the whare, and that night, sometime early in the morning, he woke up and all the old people were standing around him, and he was a boy. They took him over to the kaumātua, the tohunga, and he was instructed to bite the big toe.
The big toe, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was instructed to bite the big toe of the tohunga. And this was a symbol to the iwi that he would be gifted with the mātauranga knowledge of this tohunga, and the tohunga would take him under his wing. And also, it was a symbol, a sign to the rest of the iwi and the other prolific kaumātua, tohunga, learned people of the time, that they were to invest in pei te hurunui. Yeah, so
sort of like a major endorsement also, eh?
Koina, an endorsement. An endorsement. So koina tētahi o ngā āhuatanga a o tātou mātua tūpuna. Āhuatanga a o. E whakaro ana ki te a o. I reira. I te mehe, e whakaro ana i te mehe mahi.
Engari
he tūingoa, ai. Oeno, meki he mahi.
He mahi, te tikanga
ai. Koera tētai o ngā mahi a ngā mātua tūpuna. Hei tohu i tētahi, koe nei te tangata. Yeah, and it's very interesting.
Aye.
These practices. I'm just wondering if whakaaro o kōrero, if you've heard any sort of similar kōrero or have knowledge of any kōrero like this about how our tūpuna... It's also like tūpuna succession planning.
Yeah, and it's cool. I sense the next part we'll talk about is how it's relevant today. But yeah, ko rongo au te kōrero o te ngau, i te kōnui, te ngau i te taringa, te ngau i te... Hea tō kupu mo te rai?
Yeah, te tumuaki.
Te tumuaki.
Oh.
Me te ngau i te tehe, te whakangau tehe.
Ai.
What I'm wondering is it the relinquishing of tapu, being bitten, or he momo e kaikai ke ana i te mātauranga ka tuku iho?
Oh, good question.
Is that the act there? You know, if you're a tohunga and you let someone bite you, is that the sort of a relinquishing of... And that you're, ko te tauira, e whakaiti ana kia kuhu ia i tana tapu. So, yeah, this is my koe nā koe whakaaro.
Kei ko nā o koe whakaaro. Because arā te tapu o e rā tāngata. Nā, ko ai me... Plus, I think the other thing too is, so we're talking about how, I guess the tohunga o rangatira is sharing their tapu with that person.
Aye.
And second, I think it's a bit of a test.
Yeah.
I mean, you imagine if your koraua on his deathbed and said to you, right, bite my big toe.
Yeah.
Or bite my forehead. And you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that happening today?
Yeah.
And what a young mokopuna would say?
Or the perceptions received, you know, the
Of course, a different time, a different world back then. But I think it was also a test.
Yeah.
Āhuarite ki te tōnari tēnei ki te ngau i te paihamuti.
Aye.
But I think there was also a test. They're also testing the character of the person that's going to bite whatever body part that they're told to bite.
Aye.
Whether it is the te taringa, te tumuaki, te tipuaki rānei, te kōnui.
Me te tupua.
Me te tupua. Ka rea nau kia rongo i tētahi e pāna ki te wahine.
Aye.
I would say, I would hazard a guess that it existed as well amongst wahine, this practice of biting. Engari, ka rea nau kia rongo i tētahi kōrero.
Because I've also heard, and I'm talking about the biting part, I've read about te whakanoa i tētahi korowai, and ka tākena te tohinga te karakia, kamatu ka ngaua te korowai, just a rim, just a little teeth on the, And I've always wondered that even the biting of someone's hat. But I don't think it's for this purpose, however, he mahi whakanoa, he tā noa noa hoki pia mo te ngau I te pōtai. It's really interesting. Yeah. Because e whakaro ke ana mo te tapu, me te noa, mo e rātu āhuaranga Māori,
never heard of any of these.
Well, there's other tūpuna, Erika. I roto i te ao Māori. You've got tamate kapua. And nā wai ia I ngau.
Well, yeah, ko wareware au, mena rānei ko tūhoro matakaka te kaingau, te tangata I ngau a
Ko
rānei.
kahumata momo I rānei.
Ai.
Mā te arawa, nā mea o te
Ai.
arawa e whakarongo ana ko wareware au te kōrero. Ko tūhoro matakaka te tuakana.
Ai.
Mania poto.
Ai.
So, ka moia tūrongo I a mahi nārangi and had raukawa. And raukawa married tūrongo ihi and had rere ahu. Whakatere kurawari and takihiku. And then rere ahu, he had two sons, well, he had other sons as well, but the two sons that this narrative is about is Tehi Ngārangi and Maniapoto.
Ai.
Now, they both had different mothers. Now, according to some whakaro, Maniapoto was the senior because of the whakapapa of his mother.
Ai.
But nonetheless, Tehi Ngārangi was still the tuakana. Ne?
Kia ora. Ai.
Oh,
And the kōrero goes, and there's two versions to the story. One kōrero is Maniapoto was told to bite the rai, the tubuaki of his father. And another one was ia Tehi Ngārangi e whakahemohemo ana ka ngaro a Tehi Ngārangi, he went off to do something, and when he came back, he had died and Maniapoto had already bitten
Yeah.
the forehead of his father. So koina e tahi kōrero e rua.
Yeah.
Engari, kei reira e rā kōrero I roto I te ao Māori.
Tēnā koe taku karanga tamaiti a Ihi Ngārangi, ko puta tō ingoa.
Ne?
Yeah, ai. No koro ki kahukura.
Kia ora.
But yes, very interesting. I'm trying to remember some other kōrero I remember, but it was always about that. Even te horomi o te tuha.
Yes. Te horomi I te tufa. So the swallowing of one's
Spittle. Ingesting of the saliva. Yeah.
really getting into...
Well, that's we can get that, yeah. And then it's interesting because why would you think of... Yeah.
Why?
I also reflect on sometimes it's the spiritual and not the physical
Koia.
that
Koia hoki.
tells the people anei te tangata. Tētai waku karanga pāpā. I don't know if it's well known, but I know it. I roto I tō mātou hapu. I mate a whati tā mati. En ko te whati no Ngāti Mahanga, no Tainui, ka mutu, no te arawa anō hoki. Anyway, when whati died, he tohunga hoki tēnei koroua. Ka mate a whati, and ka rea no te tō mātou hapu ki a rongo kōrero. And everybody was in the wharekai. And I rere mai tehi peho. Mopok flew into the wharekai and landed on my uncle's shoulder. Looked at everybody, and then went whoop whoop and flew out.
Che.
Now afterwards, ka mohi o rātou kua mate a whati. But the other tohu that my old people took from that was that my uncle was the person that they should teach.
Yep.
With the peho landing on the shoulder.
Ai.
I tohu a mai e te wāhi ngaro. Ne, so it was the hidden abode.
Yeah. And the first tweet, te iwi, the first tweet.
So yeah, sometimes it's the spiritual that shows who is going to lead the people for whatever mahi that could be. If you looked at te kōrero e pāna kia Paikea,
Ai.
and te huri pūrei ata, and the killing that ensued from the overturning of that waka tū te pewarangi.
Ko wai te huri pūrei ata?
Ko ia te ingo te...
Te waka?
Slaughter.
Yeah, o te pakanga, o te massacre.
Massacre, yeah.
O te huri pūrei ata.
But that happened before they came here, right?
Yes.
Tahi anō I ka pānui I tērā, ka tahi anō ka pānui anō I tērā kōrero. Te ata tone nei, about ruatapu and all. Yeah, kia ora.
So with Paikea, kahutia te rangi, being saved by this tora, well, that was a tohu ki te iwi, anei. I mean, it's pretty obvious there. This bloody big whale comes and gets you.
How more bigger of a tohu do you need?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and then ka haria mai ki Aotearoa nei. Engari, he ki au ko te taea o tērā, ko te ao wairua hoki tērā e tohu ana. Ko ai te rangatira, ko ai te ariki. So koera e tahi o ngā āhuatanga e pāna ki tērā te whakamana.
Te whakamana, ai.
Ne, kare pē tika ana tāku i ki ai he tuku mana engari. Wow, koe e tai wā he tuku mana.
He tuku mana, ai.
E tai wā he whakamana.
Tēnā kōrero mai anō mō taua ko te tuku mana kia te rauparaha. I think it's a really interesting kōrero about... Well, mau pē whakahua nei tēnei kōrero.
Wow, hape ki tuarangi, koea te ariki o Ngāti Raukawa. But, you know, he had an older brother
Ai.
and an older sister. And te whatanui comes off one of those sisters, and he ended up being the big chief of Ngāti Raukawa and was a part of all of those heke down there.
Ai.
But when Hape was on his deathbed, nobody stepped up. But
Ai.
te rauparaha did.
Okay.
And, you know, he said words to the effect of, haere ki te pō, kaufauti aku rongonui, or something like that. You know, go on to the night and tell them of my deeds.
Ai.
And basically said that I will carry your mantle. That's what he said to Hape. So, you know, now I'm thinking about, well, this is succession planning.
Ai.
Koe rā no, ki au, mehe me ka ātata tiro ki tēnei tikanga. For me, what it's about is succession planning.
Koia hoki.
And if we were to look at it in today's context, sometimes we go to a marae committee hui or trustees hui, and there's no thought into who's going to be in the offices and if there's re-elections and things. And it's just whoever that turns up, they're it.
Yeah.
Our hapu, marae, need to be more proactive
Ai.
and put a bit more thought into how they nurture people to be in those positions.
Kia ora.
Now, going back to Anaru, ko Matenei, he wasn't nurtured.
Ai, kei, ka pai.
But from the time, and I mentioned this in my whai kōrero, from the time that he was made tumuaki,
Ai.
he made it his responsibility to go to all the kaupapa and know.
Yeah.
And, you know, he followed then te Taringa kāhu. And, of course, to all of the kaupapa, I remember him coming to the Pokai, and we all knew that he was the new tumuaki.
Ai.
And he stayed at the pā.
Kia ora.
He slept with the people, ate with the people. He didn't go home, and he did that for a few years.
Kia ora.
And he would have continued doing that, I think, if it wasn't for his health.
Kia ramona ai tana haunga ne.
Yeah. He heke tana hauora,
Ai.
but he got in there. Now, he's nurtured his son. So, ko hone te tumuaki
Oh,
o te wāna.
So, i āta whakaritea.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Ko tāna he heri haere i a hone ki ngā hui, which is something that he didn't have before he was made tumuaki. So we can take a lot of learnings from those happenings, kōrero tuku iho.
Ai.
Pēnā no mo te paipai, he pēnā no mo te karanga.
Ai.
Even in the kauta.
Kia ora.
You know, a lot of our marae are struggling with ringawira.
Ai.
You know, ka kōrero mo oku ake. There was a time where everybody in the kitchen knew how to break down a beast. Could do a kill.
Yeah.
Go out hunting. Mahi tuna. So I'm not just talking about ngā mahi ki mua, I'm talking about all mahi.
Ngā mahi. Ai.
Ngā mahi katoa o te marae. Me whakaro o tātou iwi, he pēwhia te succession planning. Ana he whakamana anō tērā.
Kia ora.
He whakamana anō tērā. You know, I remember Rangi sharing with me sort of the same thing about horse riding in Ruatahuna.
Kia ora.
Oh.
That there was a time where every kid knew how to ride a horse.
Yeah. Knew how to catch one, put a bit in one, and even saddle it up.
Engari, kua rereke. Kua rereke i te mea tana kōrero ki au ko etai kātahi anō ka hoki ki te kāinga. Nō reira kāri tupu me e rā pūmanawa, me e rā mōhiotanga.
Yeah.
And it'll be the same probably for you, Erica, ones that are going home to te whānau apanui who didn't grow up next to the sea. They need to learn all of those tikanga.
Ai.
Yeah.
Me ako i te hika, me ako i te ruku kai. Me ngā tikanga e pāna ki e rā ahuatanga.
Well, ko nā hoki taku kōrero kia mātua no taku whānau, he amu or, you know, momotangi a sort of lament that ko ngā mahi hiika, ngā mahi moana, i mutu, i te rirunga atu o mātou kaumātua. They never really taught anyone else. It was, it's something I lament.
It was a lot of watch and listen, kind of, rather than help me and learn.
Yeah. And also the same thing as being away from that haukainga. It's not just a holiday thing. You were there amongst it all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Knowing the spots, knowing what to do, knowing when.
Man, so this is something I sort of learnt only a couple of years ago. But my auntie, she sets up the mattresses in the wharenui whenever there's a ope or something coming to the marae. I only recently learnt that there's like specific way that it should be done according to her, which end the pillow should go on, etc., etc. And I was like, wow.
That's from learning, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I can remember, especially in the Hokianga, is the kaikeri puka. They actually, a lot of them whakapapa from our tangotango tūpāpaku.
Really?
It was, yeah, so, you know, if you think about tuku mana, or, you know, that these whānau are related to mahi kaikeri puka.
Yep.
And yeah, so a lot of their tūpuna were the tohunga who would disinter the tūpāpaku, but it's just come down to burials now. But the reason why too, I think, because they know who's where someone should go and where someone shouldn't.
True.
And how to handle things if, you know, ka raru te rua, ka hanga rānei te tūpāpaku. And even their aunties and nans and kaunima, they are tūpopo. These are the women who would take care of the tangotango tūpāpaku. That's where they'd look after the tūpāpaku. Well, I think they're important to mention because they just look like Bushmen drunks.
Yeah.
No, they just look like rough people. However, there's a reason why they know. They actually really know. Even just like our whanaunga who mahi kai, they know every part of the bush, every part of the moana. It's not like a born yesterday type of thing, you know.
What you were saying, Erica, about the, you know, if anybody's listening and thinking, mattresses, pillows, Māori didn't have mattresses and pillows. But what's happened here is, because he pērā hoki tō mātou o mātou pākainga, is they follow the rule of the whāriki.
Ai, koia, yeah.
Yeah, so the way the sheets are put on and the pillows follow the way that the whāriki would have or are still laid down. So that's the tikanga they follow. Hei arataki, yeah.
Oh, I'll have to question her more next week when I'm down the coast about her mattress tikanga.
Ana. He nui nā tikanga whera.
Oh, Puraone, I wanted to ask. So, te matapunenga.
Klāri matapunenga.
I heard the last of that.
Man, didn't they get enough airtime when we had our Taringa special? Nah, love my brothers.
I just thought, you know, this might be an instance where Po has passed on some mana to all of you. Was there any sort of ritual that you guys had to undertake?
Pātai pai tērā, yeah.
He paira wātu tērā pātai. So it was through tohi. Yeah, so I whakahoro ia I ona mātauranga kia mātau.
He whakahoro, yeah.
Yeah, e pai, tino pai tō pātai, Erica, mō taku he. I whakahoro mai I ona mātauranga kia mātau mā roto mai I te tohi. Yeah,
Okay.
it was done through tohi.
Where though? Was it where you guys were all from? Or
No.
just somewhere that was convenient for everybody?
Ia mātau I Ngāti Kahungunu tonu, I te mea tīmata, te matapunenga I reira. There's two sort of...
And they didn't have to bite them.
No, we didn't have to bite anything. He still bites us sometimes, though. There's sort of two homes, I guess, for te matapunenga. One is tāwhaki, te ara tāwhaki. The other one is Rāwhitiroa.
Kia ora.
Because we've had two of our whakamātautau were there. And then, of course, the revival of the hautapu happened at Rāwhitiroa. So there's sort of two places I believe the matapunenga have a connection to. But since we uplifted the Māori from te ara tāwhaki and now ko mutu te panekeretanga, ki au ko Rāwhitiroa tonu hei marae, hei kāinga mō mātou mo te matapunenga.
Kia ora.
Yeah, so that was his whakahoro mātauranga. Before he did that, though, there were some times where we would go out and he was meant to officiate at things and he would pick one or two of us to do the karakia.
Yeah.
And again, that was the symbolic.
He tuku mana.
Yeah. You've been chosen.
E whakātu atu ana ki te iwi, Anei.
Yeah.
And, you know, we talk about that. Pērā hoki nei tātou ngā ikāwhiro o te panekiritanga, koia tētahi mahi tohi mo te tuku I te mana, hoi whakaaro ke au he tuku I te haipapa. Hoi no koia tētahi atu whakaritenga o te haere ki te wai.
Ana. Nō reira pai e rā wānanga.
Ai.
And I'm sure, you know, it might be a kōrero, Erica, definitely have a kōrero with some of your whānau and or kaumātua. Kāre kore kei tō hapu, kei tō iwi etahi kōrero pēnei. E pāna ki etahi o tūpuna. Yeah, I tuku I tō rātou mana I whakamana rānei tētehi maroto I nei tikanga. And koutou anō hoki e te iwi whānui e whakarongo mai nei. We'd love to hear any kōrero o whakaro. Post them up on our page, send us a karere. And there could be some things that you want us to unpack a bit more.
Yep.
And that'll be our patapatai.
Kia ora. And then, yeah, you can probably start entertaining the thought of mentoring.
Aye.
Because, you know, if we're looking at modern day
relevance. That's what it is. That's what part of it was.
Aye.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So inviting others into, you know, if you're having big hui or circles of influence or authority, if you what you want to call it, probably identifying people in your whānau organisation, marae, ahatu, you know, that had the potential for some sort of mentoring and all that. So, yeah.
Koina hoki. Koina. O e te iwi ane I te waiata o te wiki. Hei taunaki, hei tautoko I ngā kōrero kua puta I te rānei. Hea tātā te waiata.
Whakarongo mai!
Kani move that body.
Kia tāhua mai hoki tērā waiata.
Ai, Kia tāua hoki.
What you laughing
So
for,
good.
Erica?
That waiata was just so good.
Yeah. Hoi anō e te iwi kei wareware au te mihi ati ki te māngai pāho.
Ai, kia ora koutou,
Kōrua
tēnā
ko
koutou.
irirangi te motu. Tēnā koutou e tautoko mai nei. O tira te mihi kia koutou ngai taringa. You know, again, I'm going back to Pōneke, to Te Whanganui Atara. Te Whanganui Atara I was glad to be there the week before Te Hautapu and a few days later.
Yep.
And to me, it felt the whole city was just vibing.
It was vibing.
And I had so many people come up and talk about Taringa
Aye.
to me. Stop me on the street.
Yeah.
Tātere and I were walking down Lambton Quay. And they're asking me, where's Te Puaheiri? Where's Erica? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm doing my own thing. And then the great turnout we had, thank you very much to all of you that came to the live record.
Yep.
That was humbling.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To see a packed out theatre.
I didn't expect that turnout.
Same.
You know,
Actually, I would have been happier if there wasn't anyone that turned up. But it was so cool. Yeah.
And me ngā mihi, e tō ai tonu ana I ngā mihi kia koe rangi.
Aye.
Ahakoa, e mohi ana mātou, kare koe whai ki a mihi a koe. Hoi anō, e mihi ana ki a koe, e mihi ana hoki ki te papa.
Aye.
Mō tēnā koutou te papa I tautoko I a Taringa.
Me tō koutou manaaki mai I roto I ngā rā, ngā wiki, ngā marama.
Tika.
Yeah.
Hoi anō, e mihi ake ana, e ngai Taringa, karitu ati, karitua mai.
Aye.
Ka nui te whakamānawa ki a koutou. E mihi ake ana, tēnā koutou, hei kona mai rā.
Hei kona.
Hei kona.
Bit whakarongo, bit kari-kari. Gather up close, everybody, buddy. Taringa, Taringa. Yeah, tahuri mai ki o. Whakarongo ki te tangi a te kori mako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds. Kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te. Kaupapa tino whakahira-hira. Whakarongo pi kari-kari mai. Hare-hare mai, o Taringa, hare-hare mai. We gotta gather up close, everybody. Gather up close, everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa. Ā, nā te māngai pāho me irirangi te motu I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Taringa, whakarongo mai.